How? You know, with an alien overlord who is obsessed with everything and anything, whether it be orgies or women or bloodshed of your victims, say no. I have wrought my mighty hammer. I have beaten thousands of unholy men and women, and I don't even want to speak about what has happened to the goldfish team. The horrors they've seen that day. But I'm happy to be back in my own little universe, and today is continued my social perspective of Thor Ragnarok. What? You guys are acting like weird, like something has happened. What? Oh. This is, awkward. How to change back into my actual outfit? Yeah. Forgive me, folks, I need a quick change for a moment, pardon me. Ah, that's better. Much more dignified, much more impressive. I noticed that if my girlfriend probably watched this video and saw the muscles on the tank top, which she has seen before, probably didn't like what she saw. Just guessing. But anyways, hello and welcome to Great Universe Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Great Universe, and when I'm not going around the universe and slaying thousands of unconquered worlds, you don't know that. I don't know that. I could be the big jolly green giant. I could be the man that has lightning coming out of his hands. You would never know. Anyways, I'm here in my own universe reviewing movies and continuing my Thor perspective. It is Thor Ragnarok here. Now, in case that some of you are unaware with your Norse mythology, or if you haven't played the latest God of War game that came out last year, you probably don't know what Ragnarok is. Ragnarok signifies the end of the Norse gods. It's when a bunch of shit all happens all at fucking once. And the end of the world is seen as days, but the warriors know that they will meet in Valhalla and they will drink and eat in the conquest of their victory, even though they're ghosts and even though they're dead. But at least it's a nice ending. So, does Thor Ragnarok reach its finest peak? Is the hours upon us? Or does it fall deep into the heavy abyss and anus of the devil himself, Surtur? Well, let's find out as we start my review of Thor Ragnarok with the plot. Thor is now known as a renowned hero, probably more so for the event that happened at the Avengers, and he ended up captured by the demon Surtur. After defeating the demon, he returns home where he is basically welcomed, but also at the same time, Thor feels unwelcomed. But when his brother Loki takes over the throne without Thor realizing it, the god of mischief and Thor must realize that they must stop Ragnarok at all costs. And things are made worse when they realize that they have a sister that they have never known about for years to come, and she will help start the Ragnarok. But while Ragnarok starts, Thor will find himself in the most unusual places, Sakarr facing off against his friend and fellow Avenger, the Incredible Hulk. Can Thor escape Sakarr in time, defeat the friend that he has come to know and love in order to go back to the home that he knows? Or will he let his home fall to Ragnarok, never to be seen again, and to live out his days in miserable torment after what happened? Unlike the other two Thor movies, Thor Ragnarok has a really unique premise going for it, and I will admit I was kind of afraid of how they were going to combine Planet Hulk with Thor, and to be honest, they did a pretty good job of combining the two, really making you feel for both the Mighty Avenger, and also his best friend that is mostly known as the Jolly Green Giant in the Marvel Universe. And I really do love the chemistry that Thor brings to the screen, and it hit me until Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner said it, that I will get in just a few minutes here. But I really did love Chris Hemsworth's portrayal as Thor in this because he is a god that has seen a lot. He's been an Avenger, he's been around the world, and he has seen everything by this point. He'd gone up against a god in the cosmos. He teamed up with a lot of unique and really impressive superheroes, so he'd been around the bend and back again by this point. And it only takes him to realize that his home is gone. His father, who he thought was in the chair, was actually his brother the entire time in disguise. So, what do you do with this character? Well, you honestly make it a lot more intriguing than you realize by taking it in various directions that I honestly really did like. I was really damn impressive by how frickin' fucking ingenious that the script was and how they made it work. It's not anything like, oh, it's skyborn impressive, but it is. But there are a lot of moments that I actually have seen coming, and I really did like how Bruce Banner compared himself to Thor. Thor is just as mad as the Hulk was. I actually really applauded that moment, and it made me pause the movie and go, he's right. Like, Bruce Banner is right. And what's really unique is that they don't explain how Hulk got there, and hoping that nerds like me and like maybe some of you would have read Planet Hulk, knowing that the Illuminati had sent him up into space and accidentally he crashed on Sakarr, which he wasn't supposed to because he was banned from Earth for the destruction that he's caused. However, they do explain it better with the Avengers in this, that Hulk was supposed to go on a mission and he was supposed to come back, but something happened with Hulk and he destroyed the Quinjet, and then the Quinjet crashed on Sakarr, which really makes it intriguing that Hulk, the incredible fucking Hulk, is a lot more of a sympathetic character in here. Which I gotta say, under the right hands, you can have a very sympathetic Hulk. Which kind of makes me wonder when we're gonna get World War Hulk, Marvel. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait. You already had his son Sakarr show up in She-Hulk, even though people did not care about the way that he looked. Or we can have a Hulk in the Agents of Smash Marvel show, not animated, but live action this time. I mean, you already have Hulk, Sakarr, and She-Hulk. Oh, take your time. I can wait. I can do this all day. Of course, some people would get bored of this. But does this movie have a more unique character cast, like casting characters, than the other two movies? Hell fucking yes, it does. And the cast that they have shown and the job that they have done in this movie were tremendous. So it's time to talk about the characters. Chris Hemsworth reprises his role yet again as the amazing Thor Odinson, and yeah, I gotta hand it to Thor. He actually does a pretty good job at his character, especially in this movie. And starting out this movie, having Chris Hemsworth meeting the god Surtur himself in his own realm was fucking amazing. And if you don't think it's metal as fuck to play Led Zeppelin's The Immigrant Song while Thor is beating up countless of Surtur's minions, you don't know what metal is. But I really felt for Chris Hemsworth in this role. He reprised it very, very well in Ragnarok and really made me feel for the character that he had grown up to be. While he doesn't have a big role in this movie, yes, Anthony Hopkins returns as Odin, but since Odin dies in this film, he's not as important as he should be. Sorry, Sir Anthony. Benedict Cumberbatch makes a cameo as Doctor Strange, and I gotta say, it was just awesome to see him in this movie, even though he wasn't the main character, because Benedict Cumberbatch is the man. Tom Hiddleston reprises his role as Loki yet again, and he does an amazing job portraying the god of mischief. Hiddleston is Loki, far sweet and to the point. He does an amazing job always portraying the god of mischief because he's just full of fun. But while Loki can be evil, Tom Hiddleston actually shows a sympathetic side, including when their father dies, and he shows a side of him that he's never seen before. And when fucking Loki, shows up to save the Asgardians with the ship that he stole from the Grandmaster, Tom Hiddleston really nailed it. Kate Blanchett arrives as Hela, and I gotta hand it to Kate Blanchett. She is one evil, maniacal woman, and she does a great job in this role. She is cold, she's unforgiving, and she will bat down at nothing to see her enemies suffer and tremble below her feet in a pool of their own blood. While not in a major role or an important role, Karl Urban plays Scourge, aka the Thor villain executioner. But what's great in this movie is that they show that Scourge actually has another side to him. He's sympathetic, he's loving, he's kind, he's sincere, he's not a villain. And when he had to sacrifice a simple Asgardian, but only to be stopped, was actually fucking amazing, especially for Karl Urban. Jeff Goldblum plays the role as the Grand Master, and simply, he is one of the best things about this movie. He's cartoony and over the top, but he's Jeff Goldblum. While being over the top, he is simply just this, a villain, and I think Jeff Goldblum really does a grand villainous performance, especially as a Grand Master. Tessa Thompson is Valkyrie, and my goodness, is this girl just amazing. Say what you want about Tessa Thompson, but she is Valkyrie. And I gotta hand it to this actress because she does an amazing job taking a Marvel character that can kick 10 kinds of ass and really show what she can do. Mark Ruffalo reprises his role as Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk, and Ruffalo does an amazing performance as Bruce Banner, a man outside of the monster. Banner shows sympathy not just towards Sakarr itself, but also to Thor. He knows what Thor had gone through because he's been trapped inside of a monster, and Thor sees himself likewise. The cast in this movie was really fucking good. I love the cast in this movie, and I'm hoping that this cast will stick around for years to come. Final thoughts. Thor Ragnarok was probably one of the films I was not expecting to come out from Marvel, and especially how they pulled it off with such sincere taste was a great part. Now, yes, a film of this caliber is nothing spectacular, but the way how Marvel pulled this off with their own magic and class system was just fucking excellent. Combining one of their most famous characters with one of their most famous comic book storyline might have not been all that great, but they pulled it off greatly. It's a terrific thrill ride from beginning to end.